Today, Paul Wahasepa didn't burst through the doors of the school and dash across the playground like he usually did when school finished at 3:30. Today's Paul's head seemed to be floating in the clouds, even though his feet were still taking him on the same path that he took every day when he left school. Paul's dad was waiting outside the school like he always did on the days that he got off work early. He watched his son walking thoughtfully down the sidewalk. He knew that Paul must have something really important on his mind. His son didn't even notice him standing there. Siha Tooskin called that day to as his son walked right past him on the sidewalk. "I walk all this way to pick you up from school and you forget to take me home with you?" Paul looked up at her day and laughed. "I was just testing you to see if you were watching for me," he said. He was actually laughing at himself because he really had not even noticed his dad standing there. Usually Paul's mom picks him up at school, but it was also a treat to walk home together whenever Paul and his dad got the chance. So what the problems of the world are you so busy thinking about, Muchish? That day was genuinely curious. Climate change, fair trade, how they get those marshmallows inside those chocolate cookies that you like? No problem with day, I'm just thinking about what I'll take to school tomorrow. Today in health class we talked about where different foods come from. You know how potatoes are from the Irish people and kiwi fruit is from New Zealand? Anyway, tomorrow we're supposed to bring a healthy snack that comes from our culture, but I don't know what to take. Usually people ask me if Mom can make bannock when we have to bring food from our culture. Do you think bannock is healthy, Dad? Well, actually, Michish, Ade replied, bannock isn't really a food that came from our people. Even though some nations had their own forms of bread before European contact, we adopted bannock from early Scottish settlers when they came to this land. Yes, we love it and it has become part of our culture, but too much bannock has also contributed to diabetes in our people. Probably because it is not one of our traditional foods. A day continued. Now that potato you said was from the Irish, that is something you could take an example of our cultural food. The white potato was a food that was domesticated by First Nations people long ago in Peru, I believe. Paul looked at his dad with a wide-eyed stare, then turned to a puzzled look. What is domesticated? It means that people took plants that grew naturally on the land and moved them to a place where they could be cultivated, controlling the environments that the plants grew in. Essentially, that's what farmers do with their crops and gardens, his dad explained. First Nations people in many parts of Inamakuche domesticated many foods. Lots of foods that people don't even think about as native to this land come from us. Green beans, tomatoes, avocados, squash, artichokes, and pumpkins. Turkey too. Ade smiled. Those are all foods that grew naturally on the land in different areas before anyone ever thought to domesticate them. That is the way with many things, Siha Tooskin. Our people invented and discovered many things long before the Europeans came here.
Who wants to make bannock?
Who wants to make some bannock? Who wants to play? Have some fun? You want to have some fun?
Yay, let's go make
Joey.
some bannock. What do we have to do before we start cooking?
Bannock.
What did we do just now?
Wash our hands.
Wash our hands. Yes, we have to wash our hands really well, right? Good job. Okay, so we're going to make some bannock. Who wants to put the flour in for some big bowl?
Me.
Okay, how about if everybody gets to put in 1 cup of flour? Does that sound good? Okay, so here we go. Rainy, you put in a cup first. Throw a big cup in there. Oh, good job. Okay, there. Okay, put it in.
Hey,
River,
a tiny
see if-
bit.
That's a tiny bit. Okay, try a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, River, can you get a big scoop? Okay, you got a big scoop. Whoa, good job. Okay, and now Willow, do you want to do a big scoop?
Okay.
Okay, let your sister have a turn, sweetie. Big scoop.
Boy has super big.
Really super big. And then is it okay if I put in a couple of scoops too? Yeah, a little bit. You want to do a little bit more? Okay, maybe you can use it down there. Yeah, that's polar bear cheese. Okay, one more. Okay, one more too, and then that's gonna be lots. But it's okay. We have lots of people in our family, so we can have a lot.
Wait, lots of people are coming?
Well, we have lots of people to see, right? Okay, ready? Scoop. And
My turn.
one more.
My hands.
Oh, honey. Yeah, we don't need. Well, well, good thing we washed our hands, but let's not put our hands in it, okay?
Yeah.
We'll put our hands on it when we make it into little
Yeah.
box of Bannock.
And
Okay,
one
good job.
more for me.
Okay, I think that's good, honey, because now we got other stuff. Can you take turns,
Yeah.
okay?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But River, let's like not keep putting our hand in it, sweetie. Okay, now we're gonna put some
Hey.
baking powder.
Yeah. I want to do
Yes,
this.
you can do artwork on the table at the same time. Awesome.
I want to do
You want to do it? Okay, look. Ribs. Willow.
Yeah.
Okay, look at Rainey's gonna put in a big scoop of baking powder.
Baby
Why do we put in baking powder?
Baby powder.
And then, wait, no, one, Reggie. And then you put in one.
And Daddy.
And then, Willow, you put in one. Yeah.
No, we're not too. Look, mine looks like it has a mountain. It looked like it had a mountain. No, Amy, don't get another one. I think you still get it. Why does BB pie in there?
Okay, did everybody put in a spoon?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Mine was just like.
So we put in baking powder so that the Bannock will puff up and get big. I might put a little bit more.
Pop out.
Puff, puff, puff.
Pop,
Okay,
pop, pop, pop.
now we just need a teeny tiny touch of salt. So how about, is it okay if I do it? Because if we have too much salt, it'll be gross. Yeah, gross. Okay, so we mix, okay, you can mix it, everyone will have a turn, darling. But this is old, this was my grandma's wooden spoon. It is ancient. Oh, okay, so remember if we stir it up crazy, what will happen?
Bulk.
It'll be everywhere, right? So, Rainy, you stir a little bit first and stir it up, and then let your sisters have a turn. Because we have to make sure there's baking powder and salt in everything. Okay, now River's turn. Thank you.
Behind your arm.
There we go. And then we have to do some eggs. Ruby.
No, wash my hands.
You want to go wash your hands again? Yep, that's a good idea. You can. Yeah, just go wash your hands and come back, and then I'm just going to give another little
It
scoop.
feels so big.
Rainy, just wait a minute, sweetheart. Rainy, just wait. There we go. So there's that. But now we have to have some liquid.
Okay. I want to do
I
this.
think she broke the tap.
I
Okay,
want to do this.
who's going to break an egg?
Me.
Okay, let's good luck. Oh, good job, Harry. A little harder. There, okay, we got it now. Get it in the bowl. Woohoo!
No eggshells.
Good job, no eggshells. That is awesome.
Hey, I said
Oops, maybe
happy.
one.
Maybe one.
Okay, and then Willow, you can put the other one. Yes.
It's not breaking.
Okay, well, hit it harder. There we go.
Whoa. Where are no more eggs left?
It's okay. Whoa, good one. And
I
then,
got no eggshells.
that's okay, we'll throw it. Good, no eggshells, good. Hey, River, do you want to use this thing? You get to be the person who beats up the eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beats up them.
You didn't beat them, that just means whip them and make them smooth.
Okay, no, remember not beat them, like stir them. Not crazy.
Yeah.
I
'Cause we-
want her turn.
okay, well, you know what, sweetie? But you got to break an egg, and Willow got to break an egg, but River didn't. So River gets to beat the eggs.
I want to make it.
Yeah, just wait, we got more stuff to do. Oops, no, please,
I
sweetie.
did.
It's okay. All good.
Another broken egg.
You have a broken egg? Okay, well, how about this? Because we might have like too much egg in there. How about if I get you to break an egg and make the next thing, okay?
And make it egg.
Yay! All right, who is going to pour in a little bit of water in here?
Me.
Okay. Rainy, wait, how about you stir and let River go first this time? Okay, honey? Thank you. Okay, there we go. Pour, good job. You can pour more. You can pour it all in if you want, River. Yeah, you can pour it all in. And then, thank you, sweetie. We might need some more later. And then, Willow, can you pour in just a little bit of milk in there, please?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of milk. Okay, there we go. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Just pour in a wee bit. Do not put your hands in there, please, River. There we go. Okay, maybe a tiny bit more than that. That was literally really slow down.
Momo.
There we go. Thank you, honey.
I didn't know which one to give it to
Okay,
you.
ready? You want me now? You're not gonna drink it yet, silly. We'll have it with our bannock. Okay, now comes the interesting part too. Okay, so we're gonna start pouring the liquid into the bathtub. Good job. Okay, Rain, do you want to start pouring?
Yeah.
Okay, you start pouring, and thank you. Okay, just wait till I start stirring.
Yay.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna start stirring, and you're gonna pour, and then I'm gonna give Willow and River each another thing of water because we'll probably need more.
I do that.
Okay, just wait, babes. I'll tell you. Okay, Rainy, you pour the bowl in, please. No, Rain, sorry. Pour the bowl into here. Pour the liquid into here, Rain. Willow or River, just wait till we see if we need more of it.
Huh?
Okay, yeah, pour. Dump it in. Good job. Keep dumping, dump. Oh, the whole thing. Yay. Okay, River, you're next. Keep pouring, honey. Yeah, we need more. Good. Okay, now Willow, wait, sweetheart, wait. Let's see how much we need.
How do you do that?
So I did it. We just have to see how okay, look in the bowl.
I want to make
And we're going
it.
to see, and actually we don't need more liquid, see, because it's too runny. What I'm going to get Willow to do is add a little bit more
I
flour.
got candies. I got these.
It's candies?
Yeah.
I think it's candies. I think it's going to be Bannock. But that would be like kind of amazing if it actually...
Whoa.
Would be
Okay.
candies.
How about if I add a little bit more? Okay, now watch it. I'm going to show you something. See? It can't be too
I want to make
sticky.
it. I want to make it.
You're going to make it. Everybody's going to make some.
Yeah. You can't just do that and finish the rank. Because it's my bulk.
Yeah, my brain. That's right. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, this is what we're going to do. Look. If this is just wait, you're going to each make yourself a little place to make your bannock. So I'm going to go like this in front of myself.
Whoa.
Whoa, see the stuff you don't get to do in other things, you get to do when you make bannock. And then you're going to do this in front of you. Each of you is going to do it, okay?
Okay.
So here we go, Rain, you spread yours out. Oh wait, there's some liquid here. Okay, you do yours.
No, Rain, not over there. Around you.
In front of you, sweetie. Yeah. Good job.
Okay, now spread it around.
Now spread it around with your hand.
I did
Good
my.
job. Here, spread it around with your hand, honey. There we go.
Like this.
And then, River, do you want to make it like mine in front of you? Yeah, spread it around. Good job. You can pat it down with your hand if you want. In front of yourself, honey, because you can't reach that far. Because look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a little pile of bannock in front of each of us.
I found mine.
River does it all.
Yeah, that's okay. Willow, do you want to pull some in front of you? How about we do that? Thank you. Excellent. And Willow, why don't you just
Oh, and that's some more.
pour out some? Oh, honey, I don't think more is going to be the problem. Okay, ready? So we put a little bit here, and then here we go. River, here's yours.
Yay.
Yay. And Willow, here's yours.
Sticky.
I know.
It is.
Baby, okay, go wash your hands now because you licked it. Or just put it in. Now put your hands in the flour before you touch it, and then it won't stick. Okay?
But my too.
And Raindrop, yes, here's yours.
Raindrop.
Yeah, people call you Raindrop, Rainy.
Isn't that what you're doing?
They call her Raindrop and Rainy and Rain.
Yes.
And make it.
There we go.
And River sometimes calls Rain a lollipop.
Okay. So here we go. Ready? So look at, I do this little trick. Oh, look at what Willow's doing. She's smart. She's already got it. Sometimes I go like this, and I use the flour so that it doesn't stick too much. Do you want me to help you get it started, River, or are you okay?
Okay.
You're okay, Rainy? You want me to help you start it, baby?
No.
No? Look, put a bit of flour on it, sweetie, and then boom, there.
It
now
won't be
stick to your
sticky.
hand. There, we don't want to touch it too much because it'll get hard. There we go. So I'm just going to make mine a little round one like this. Okay.
Mine's round.
Okay, everybody make yours into the shape you want it. Here's the cool thing. We chew it up anyway, so it doesn't matter what shape it's in. You can make it however you want.
What's kicking me?
Is it sticking to you? If it sticks to you, then just flip it over and put your hands in more flour.
Oh.
Yeah. There we go. See? That's okay. Put your hands in the flour and then go like this to them and it'll come off.
And that's coming off.
Okay. Alright, it's okay. She can make it how she wants.
Into just a regular circle.
Okay, so I am putting some oil on the pan so it doesn't stick too much. And I'm going to show you a little trick and we're each going to put ours on. Yours might be a bit too flat, sweetie. But that's okay. So look, I'm going to put mine on here like this. I'm going to flip it over.
Mine,
You want me to do it or you can do it?
I want to do it.
Okay, you do it. Okay, you throw yours on here. It's okay. Here, do you want me to help you? Again, like this.
Okay, good, done.
You're done?
Yeah, with the
Okay.
big one.
It's a big one. Yes, it is very big. Okay, let's do this. Can I lift it up and put it on the pan so we can cook it so you can eat it? Might want to get a little bit of flour off of it. There. Okay, but that's okay. You want to
That's all my both with this.
okay, who's gonna go wash their hands?
Me.
Okay, you go wash your hands while I put this in and I'll get Willow another pan. Willow, just hang on a sec, sweetie. Okay, River and Rainy, go wash your hands. And yay, we get to play until the bannock's cooked. We're gonna put it in the oven.
Oh yeah,
And then we're gonna come back and eat it with some berries.
I think there's this much.
Okay, and Willow, do you want a little second pan for yours, honey? Do you want a little pan for yours? Or a big one?
a big one.
Okay.
Mine really big here.
Really big one? Okay. There we go. And remember, in the story, the gifts
Look,
of his
this is a
people.
house.
Yeah, just wait, babe.
Wait.
In the story, Gifts of His People, Paul was learning about lots of different kinds of food, right? And even though Bannock wasn't a traditional food before the Europeans came, it's still food that Paul loves and that we all really like,
do
right?
this.
Yes. Okay, do you want to make it in whatever shape you want, baby? And then I'll put it in the oven. We poke it a little bit of holes in it with a fork so that it doesn't get big lumps in it.
It's a bit sticky.
Do you want to do like pokies with a fork?
It's a bit sticky.
That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. No, we don't need the flour in it now, just so that our hands don't get stuck. Just poke it with a fork, babe. It's good. Yeah, just poke, poke, poke. There we
Look
go.
at my how it's this.
Pardon me? Good job. All right, so we're gonna play, and then we'll be back when the bannock is cooked, and we'll eat it with berries. Yay! What kind of berries do you want?
Strawberries.
Strawberries, okay, and some blueberries maybe. Awesome. Those are traditional foods: strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Okay, see you in a bit. Yay! The bannock is ready. Everybody did a great job. You're gonna share it with Daddy and Tashin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you guys can eat it. Okay.
What done?